Hey, well, tonight I'm angry about the debates, and it's actually even hard to maintain any anger because I feel so saddened. While everybody else is feeling angry, I just feel a great sense of loss and regret because what we saw last night with the debates was the end of democratic engagement. I mean, both of these candidates, I'm not pointing the finger at either one of them, I'm pointing the finger at both of them. Neither one of them showed themselves in the best light. Let's start with Trump. Trump was hostile, interruptive, argumentative, and didn't make his points clearly. He could have been much more punchy. A lot of his points were just lost in his mumbled responses in the middle of Joe Biden's statement. Let's turn our attention to Joe Biden. Joe Biden, we have to confess, surprised everybody with his mental acuity. I think Republicans were shocked and horrified to see that Joe Biden may indeed still be there, at least enough of a semblance of Joe Biden to carry him through the election. Everybody thought that Joe Biden's mental condition was so bad that he wasn't even going to show up. I mean, I myself did not think it was possible that Joe Biden could appear on a stage for 90 minutes with anybody, even if it was a friendly interview. And yet I felt Joe Biden acquitted himself well in terms of his mental acuity. However, Joe Biden, in terms of the facts, was far off the mark. Joe Biden declared that Antifa was an idea, not a group. Joe Biden seemed surprised to find out that his son had even been accused of doing anything wrong. And Joe Biden seemed to have no defense for the claim that in his 47 years in office, he had accomplished nothing, especially none of the things that he claimed he would be accomplishing over the next 4 years. The worst part of the debate is that this spectacle has devolved into something that we would expect to see way south of the border, south even of Mexico, in a third world American country, where candidates shout over each other, yell at each other, might even physically attack each other. You can't tell, the level of acrimony is so great, and so it was last night. I mean, when I was growing up, it seemed that there was some decorum to these events. Neither candidate would ever dream of referring to the other one as a clown or telling them to shut up. And I have to point the finger at Joe Biden for that, because that is not the behavior that you would expect of someone who has spent this many years in politics and has been attacked for many of those years. And yet, both candidates howled at each other, interrupted each other, made points at odds with each other. It was a bedlam. It was a crying shame. For America to present itself to the world as a beacon of democracy, free thought, and civilized discourse is a joke at this point. I mean, neither of these two guys was able to form really a coherent thought. They both mumbled and stammered through their positions. Neither was able to present their clear vision for the future. From Trump's perspective, Joe Biden played fast and loose with the truth, didn't acknowledge any of the faults of the Obama administration, didn't admit any faults within his own family, didn't concede any points. As a matter of fact, was harsh and rude, saying shut up. I mean, these statements you would think would be unheard of just a year ago. And yet here we are with both candidates howling and bickering at each other like a divorcing couple. I mean, my God, how is the world looking at us now? You have to laugh, except it's so sad. We are the beacon to the world. We were, at least. How can we possibly sustain that position anymore? We are a laughingstock. Whoever wins this election, we are all the losers. Please, if it's not too late, let's try to wake up.